which I haven't done for a while, and I'm really just out and about today. I was just doing the groceries and I'm about to go see my daughter play tennis. So I just had to make this because I felt a real urge, you know, as us healers and intuitives do at times, that this is needed right now. So basically, at first I'm going to address this coronavirus and all the collective fear energy that's really abound at the moment. And then we're going to do some healing energy and sort of prayer and attention, okay, to really just lift up and help change the energies. So I've already talked about it in my last video for the energy update for March. And so today I went to the supermarket just doing my normal groceries, and I actually went earlier than normal. So I turned up at 8:30, you know, dropped the kids off to school earlier, and just happened to be one of those early days. And I'm thinking, what is so many cars in the car park? Because I've been to the same supermarket for like 15 years. So and then I'm walking in and I'm seeing all these people with trolleys and toilet paper and like trays of spam, and to this day I still don't even know what that weird stuff is called spam. But anyway, I looked at it at the supermarket. They're like $5.50 for one little tin like this and these people are buying trays of it, like they're just taking the whole tray, the whole stock, bottles of water, and it just goes on and on and on, right? Going crazy over pasta, rice, whatever they can get their hands on. And it was like so early still for that shopping centre. So I'm like, oh, shoot, what's happening? So I'm going to quickly grab my trolley. And I thought, all these people are getting toilet paper. All right, I'll go straight down to the toilet paper section, which is right down the other end. And nothing. So all the people that had come earlier were grabbing it, whatever, everything. So I managed to get a box of tissues and a pack of serviettes, okay? Hi, Mary. Hi, Tiffany. Nice to see you. So, yeah, feel free to write messages. Anyway, so I'm in the supermarket, and honestly, if you could just feel it, you already know, like you sensitive people, you empaths, you already know what it's like to go to the mall, right? Mall energy, supermarket energy, it's already bad enough for us sensitives. It's really depressing and thick and dense, right? And we can just feel so like, icky. But this time was something different. Honestly, this is, and look, I'm definitely, as you know, open to spirituality and all of that. However, I must say that when I do get the knock on the door of, and I'm sorry to criticize this religion, but I will just openly say what I feel energetically. When I get a knock on my door from Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't feel a pleasant energy, and I don't mean anything badly by each individual in that church. I'm sure there's some lovely people there, but as a conglomerate, as a group, because they tend to walk in these sort of masses, and they walk really slowly in the neighborhood, in the neighborhood and down the street, and they linger around and they linger in front of your house and just talking amongst each other. And it's all just really weird. And trust me, it takes a lot for me to say the word weird. So it's uncomfortable, and it's just a energy, okay? So that's what I've experienced anyway in my neighborhood, and I don't know if you get visited a lot, but for some reason in my neighborhood I do. So that's one of the things I can liken the energy in the supermarket to, and also I can liken the energy to every single zombie apocalypse Armageddon movie you've ever seen. So you must know, like here in Melbourne, it's really, the last time I made a video, there weren't really any cases. I think it's starting to come out a little bit now. But anyway, so I'm in the supermarket at 8:30 in the morning, and it's like I'm in a zombie apocalypse movie, and there's so many people. It's crazy. It's so thick. And people are walking like zombies, like they're mesmerized, like they're spellbound in this haze of weirdness. And it's like also what I call funeral energy. And it's just nobody's smiling. Everyone's so serious and filling their trolleys with whatever they could get, right? Like, and loading it up. So, and I'm starting to hear stories from people at the supermarket that, people were running out to buy bleach and you know, they're grabbing all the disinfectants and dishwashing liquid and whatever. Anyway, and then also this lady, I started talking to this lady who said she'd been there since 7 o'clock in the morning. So people had been queuing up already earlier to grab toilet paper, and they were going between the supermarkets. And she said it was so bad, as it was when I went there, right? When I rushed to the toilet paper, it was like a lot of people, but I wasn't going to be a giant and selfish monster. I just wanted to see, okay, if there's some paper, I'll grab it now rather than in 20 minutes when I go to that aisle. And it was really like, I felt like someone could really be squashed here and like, you know, like crowd injury. It really felt disgusting actually, and people sort of pushing in and all that kind of thing. And this lady had said that an old lady had been knocked over and had fell to the ground because of the chaos. And I just think she said it was disgusting, right? So, you know, anyway, all this is going on. And even as I talk about it now, you know, it feels really icky, right? And I'm calling my husband on the phone going, you wouldn't believe what's going on here, and it's crazy, and people are buying mountains of water. And anyway, so after that, I really felt it, right, at that supermarket. And for a moment, it's a typical case of listen to your own advice, walk the talk, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm starting to slightly get under this, not the spell of it, but, you know, you start to the vibration is just because it's so horrible. You start to sort of go and contract, right? And then I'm like, no, what have I been saying, like in my last video? So I start to brighten up and raise my vibration, and it did make a massive difference. And I really learned a lesson with that you really can flip it. Some people would say flip the switch, and you can dissipate some of that lower energy. So I tried to send some healing energy out, but I was also a bit time poor. So I wanted to continue that by doing this video. Let me know how you guys are going in your town, what's going on. But collectively, it's a madhouse. There's a lot of panic and fear energy. So in my recent message, I was saying to try and rise above and override it, okay? So it's kind of like if you imagine we're in this ocean, and just imagine it's an icky ocean, and you're in it, and it's just like all that stuff, and you just pop your head out like a fish out of water, and it's like, there's air, right? And then you can see this whole other world. I guess that would be one way to analogize the feeling of overriding. So let me just read a couple of messages here. So Mary says, yes, I hate, in capitals, going to the grocery store on a good day. Yeah, let alone a bad day, right? And Shannon was saying too much fare. Yeah, completely agree. It's just crazy. And people, like I've said it, you know, recently, people are a bit madhouse, and that some of them spoil it for everybody else. So it's caught on, and there's a lot of elderly at the supermarkets, desperate. You know, there's ladies with walking sticks and old people. They just look miserable and grey. It's like downcast of grey over them. So it's like when you've seen someone who, like perhaps an elderly person or someone even just of adult age who goes to the hospital and they get a serious illness, and then you go to visit them, they suddenly look really grave, or someone before death, you know, that kind of grave, sullen look. And that's what it was like. So it's showing that it's not just affecting the mind, it's everything: mind, emotions, energy, physical body. And so we really need to send light and healing to the people, to the situation, to the virus, to the panic, to the collective energy. So we can do this in a number of ways, just by normal everyday prayers. This lady behind me in the queue was saying, she goes, I don't care. If I die, I'm going to a better place, right? We were laughing about that as well. So, you know, let's just, I mean, it's really gone out of control, really. It's just crazy. Let me know what's going on in your town. Let me just look to see if there's any other messages here. I'll scroll down. Mary, lots of discussions about what to do with schools. Many choosing to shut down, yeah, and go full online. Yeah, we're starting to get that talk over here as well. I know that over in the States it's a situation. I have a friend who lives in Seattle, and that's what's happening there. My friend's husband works for Microsoft, and they have to work from home. And so interesting. If my kids have to start working from home, that will be interesting. So, you know, we already just went through a long summer holiday. So it really does impact a lot of people. Hands up if you feel that this is an attack on humanity and that this is a man-made creation. Hands up, or just do a thumbs up or something. I do believe that. And I also feel like it's a test, like this is the test for something bigger, or just to see how people will react, right? And unfortunately, the psychopaths of the world, the 1% or whoever is responsible for this, but it feels like it's a group, a conglomerate of groups, and they all have different factions. It feels like I'm getting now like a network and a labyrinth of, ugh. And so there's a religion that starts with L, but I don't. I'm not going to say it, but not one that you might think of. What's that other one? Later Day Saints or something? No, not that. It's anyway. Okay, so what I'm saying is, okay, how should I put this? Certain elite who are of their own religion, where they believe in their own gods, which otherwise we would classify as negative beings. I feel are somehow connected with this. So if someone's listening to this and you're not used to energy talk, you're probably going to think I'm totally nuts right now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So and it feels like, as I was saying, there's conglomerates of groups, like a network, and they've got their hands everywhere. It feels really icky, and I'm feeling like there's like a spider web of connection. Like they've got their, like an octopus with its tentacles everywhere, right? Or in certain places. And Australia is one of them. Australia is part of this, as well as other countries, right? And there's a lot of underhanded intention here. We could say it could be connected to what they call social cleansing, eugenics, other stuff like that. But anyway, outside of all that, that can all be talk. When it comes down to it, I think that we just need to try and keep our head above water and stay rational and try our darndest not to buy into the fear. There is a lot of light coming onto the planet right now, and recently there's a lot of higher vibrations. Some of you will be feeling it, and if you're not, it's okay, because there's a lot of collective fear out there, okay, that is, you know, you're going through your own processes. So just try to do the best you can. So sometimes, you know, I could give a message that there's so much light coming in, and do you feel that? And if you're one of those people that isn't, don't go and feel worse than, or be like that you don't, you know, relate or connect to it. It's just that you're where you need to be right now, or you are bogged down and you're under pressure, but you will get to the point where it will turn, switch and shift, and that's the main thing. And I found that a lot of this energy is about shifting, and you go through the darkness and then it overturns, and then you're in a brighter side, right? So just say hi to all the other people who have joined. Diane says, there is no panic where I live. Great, you must be in a lovely little town, a lovely place, but people seem to be stressed, right? Yeah, exactly. And I think we all have, you know, everyday stresses anyway, and just, you know, a lot of people are saying what's wrong with the world's gone mad, right? Even if they don't have any kind of spiritual inclination. But this is an added stress, and it does go to the physical level. That's how bad. And you know, with energy, when it reaches the physical level, then that's when the warning signs should come up, because then your body is under stress. That's the densest part of us. And that just shows, okay, it's gone here, 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 and now it's like here. So that's always something to be cautious of, and then to try and think, okay, that's the perfect time to have a salt bath, to go out for a walk in nature and just clear your head and all that kind of thing. Okay, so just while I was about to go on live, I just quickly looked at some cards just to see what the angels wanted to bring through for this. And it's interesting, the cards all came up really about, like, first of all, the first card I've got was visualize success. And really my intention for today is to, is for us to have the intention to spread to spread higher energy, to give healing, and to pray for the world. So that really does speak of that. And then another card that's connected to that came in my next shuffle was the Law of Attraction. So this really is, you know, putting your mind to and your will to create the change, but to see it and to shift it through your intention, through your energy. And then, I mean, beautiful. If you get service, I mean, if you get nervous, focus on service. This is a line that I've mentioned a few times, which for me, so that's from Doreen Virtue. So back in the day when she was all into her angel stuff, what she taught when I went to do my Angel Intuitive course with her ages ago now, to, you know, because a lot of us light workers are, you know, we lack confidence and we're sensitive and all of that, and you need the reassurance. So she would say, if you get nervous, focus on service. And that is the line to use, like before you're about to do a reading or something like that, or hop on stage or whatever. And it really does work. There really is truth in that, because then it's not about you and it's not about all your stupid thoughts and everything. If you put that to the side, every time before I have a session, I put my ego to the side and I focus. This is on service. So it does allow the nerves to dissipate, and it really does work. And when you are of the mind work of service, then you can give to others and do your work for God, do your light work, do your, you know, really step into your calling. I just noticed something. So I just happened to see, and you know, as I've told you lots of times before, nothing is by accident when you do reading sessions, videos. And I just happened to see the back of the card, and look how powerful that is. So look how, and I'm doing this on my laptop. I don't think the camera is as good as my iPhone, but it's just this powerful healing light, and that is the intention for today. So that's also what we've been guided through this card, is service to humanity. This is our time now. Switch on your light and just send it. Even if you're just standing in line somewhere, send light out, say a prayer, just anything, you know. And so look, on this side of the card, she's holding a candle of light, and I knew today I had to light a candle, which I usually do anyway whenever I do a video or a session, but it just reminds me of that and the symbol of a candle and the purity and what that stands for. Also, what I'm noticing actually now about this card is that the angel, if you notice now, I've never ever noticed this before until now, so she doesn't have a physical body. You just see, well, she does, but for me it looks like, so her dress is sort of floating there and her wings, but it feels like her body, according to her head position too, like should be here. Anyway, the way I saw it when I first looked at it is it's commenting on the physical body versus the ethereal body, and it's all about how we visualize and see things. And the way I see it, that if this were her physical body, it would almost be like pregnant, it kind of, to me is like that. It's inflated, it's swollen, because I'm showing two things. One is it's being carried, it's carrying lower energies, and we're sort of swollen in it. And the other is I'm seeing the image of a mother holding a baby in a, what do you call those things? I used to have one myself, but my babies are now teenagers. What do you call those sling things for babies? Yeah, one of those. And I feel that, and the baby's so snug that I'm feeling, and actually I did see one or two mums at the supermarket myself, and I felt for them, yeah, not be able to get nappies and stuff like that. So the fear energy of the mother with the young child or the baby, I'm sure would be quite physical, as to the point of physical, and the baby feeling that. Because when you are a mother, I know I was, you know, like you're so protective of your baby, and you know, you can get really erratic sometimes, especially when you're not sleeping, and because babies is this really a demanding job. It's really very difficult. And anyway, and so you feel things in that. So it's to the point where there's fear energy even of that. Okay, so also we've got the heart chakra here, and Archangel Raphael. So it's all connected to everything. Archangel Raphael is our healing archangel that we can call upon to send healing. and to give healing. And the heart chakra, it's all connected. It's that green energy of the heart that's associated with the heart chakra, and also the green energy, the emerald light, is associated with Raphael. Then I have this other pack that I usually use just to give an impression of energy in general. And this card really talks about the moon cycles. And we just recently had a super full moon in Virgo a couple of days ago. And, you know, I do believe it's making me feel like, you know how when people say there's a full moon that people go a bit crazy. So super moon, extra crazy. Coronavirus times that by 500, extra, XXX crazy. So it's impacting people to that level of being irrational, emotional, sensitive, and zombie-like. So I'm also, now that I see this, I'm also seeing this as an egg, so representing rebirth, resetting, right? And as the cycles, you know, we're going to go through cycles, and that it's going to get better. It's going to change. There'll be a new cycle and the next thing, and this will dissipate. So the egg is also placed very firmly on earth, and I feel secure. It's not balancing on the precipice. It is just nicely wedged in, just like when you're pregnant and you go to the beach and you dig out a hole for the pregnant mummy's tummy, and it keeps it secure and safe. So this is showing me we need to be secure, feel secure, safe, grounded, connected to earth. So make sure during this time to ground every day and more than one time. It will really help, and have your connection with nature, which nature really does nurture us, feed us, and it's where we get our inspiration and connection to spirit. It really is a natural process. And it's just a reminder to keep the light amongst the darkness. So it's also a vibrant light. It's like the light here, right, that I talked about. And when I think about really sending out light for this kind of thing, it's blasting of light, like the crystal selenite, just like white, bright light. Okay, and then a couple more cards. So one is dreams. Now we've been having so many dreams. It's been massive dream season, and so much, we're processing so much in our dream state. And what I was saying it in my video recently, but there was one more thing I meant to add to that, which is what was it now I was going to add, is that I was mentioning that we're processing stuff, but also what I forgot to mention is it's accelerated. So because there's so much higher light coming onto earth at the moment, we're being accelerated. It's what we call the quickening. So we've been going through one of these quickening processes, and because of that, we can do so much more healing and development in our dream state on top of our waking life. So we're pretty busy, yeah? Even when we're sleeping, stuff is going down, right? But it's God's way. So as I'm hearing it now, it's God's way of creating healing and rapid progression and movement forward. Even for us, even if for us it might feel at a slower pace or insanely difficult, it's because of the propelling, it's like pushing the fast forward button. So God has pushed the fast forward button so that we can speed up our evolution, and to otherwise we'd be backpedaling. So it's like the feeling of it's to overcompensate for the pushback from the darkness as well, which naturally comes from the big blasts of light. This also reminds me of whenever I see a gateway like that, it usually reminds me of the 1111 is a gateway. So just before making this video, I saw the number 911, but actually, I do a lot anyway, but backwards, 119. So I always think of that as 911 backwards when I see 119. And then I saw literally 2 minutes later, without realizing, I saw the 1111. So that's very common too. So 911 can represent a couple of things. One is, so just basically, but I will be talking about this later on separately. the thick energy, right? The density, the karmic repercussions, and the closings of, like, we're just finishing off a bad chapter and we're about to enter a new doorway. And then when you start to see 1111, just dropped a card, so that is the new doorways that we're entering, the higher light and the shifts. That's one way to translate it, okay? And that's how I interpret it for today. So the last card I want to show you was transformation. So from 1111, we get the transformation. And see, again, the white energy, the thick white energy, and how powerful it is. But see how it's most powerful actually in the person, because that person has lighted up completely. All right, my cat's meowing because he needs to come in. He's outside. I'll ignore it for now, but if I have to go and open the door, I will. So, and then there's this powerful white light behind, which is thrusting forward, right? So let's do, and also it's coming from a cup, and a cup is known to be like the chalice, the heart, the opening, the receiving, okay? So, all right, so I'll just see if there's any more messages, and then we'll go into healing and prayer. Mary, many of those cards seems to match your purple shirt and you are wearing, as far as shades that match your shirt. Oh, thanks for noticing, Mary. That's cool. Actually, it's a black top, but you're seeing it as purple. So, yes, and that brings in the purple energy. So purple is and I believe the reason why you're seeing that is it's a third eye thing, as well as transmutational energy. So we have the purple energy, which transmutes. But I also was feeling that the lapis lazuli is a good crystal for the moment, and that dark blue color. So I'm going to now open the door for my cat, or he's just going to drive me crazy with his meowing. So hold on, I'll be right back. In the meantime, get comfortable, make yourself feel grounded, because we're about to do the healing prayer work, okay? Bye. Okay, sorry. All right. So yeah, I'm out and about today, so not prepared, but I just really felt like I wanted to go on. So you're all comfortable? Anything else there? Okay. So let's just get comfortable, asking the angels to just be around us. Let's start with ourselves, because like anything, we need to be for ourselves before we be for others. That's something I've learned more and more and more, especially hard for us who otherwise self-sacrifice ourselves and go and leap and dive to help other people and be there for others before we do for ourselves. Okay, so bringing in the light, and let's just bring in that really blasty white light that we've been talking about. All right, so have that light come down, really like a massive beam of white light. And as it comes down, we'll do the energy work for you. Just relax. Come back to this if you're driving or anything like that. Please don't participate, and come back to it later. Okay, so let's go in and activate the crown chakra. So let's have that white light come into the crown, the top of your head, and now down your head. And I feel like the third eye needs to be activated. So asking the angels to activate your third eye to a safe level, to be open into awareness. Okay, going down now the face, the ears. Also, one of the things is high vibrational frequency sounds. Ears ringing has been a thing, and it might, and sometimes do you ever get not just the ears ringing, I would call it more like it sounds like amplified crickets in your ears. Okay, that is the higher frequencies coming in. So when that happens, just sit down, relax, and just allow it to do its thing, and maybe just do some light meditation or something like that. Okay, so the white energy is coming down. Now let's just picture it as this white, and everything under here downwards is all the darkness of your own and others, and all the collective energy you've been picking up, right? And I'm going to push that down for you. All right, we're now at the throat level. So let's have that powerful white light, and you can follow along with me and visualize it yourself coming down the throat area. The throat is, let's clear out the throat area and ask for good health in our throat and in the back of our mouths. down the esophagus and our nasal passages, bringing that white light down everywhere, and coming down the shoulders, heart. All right, now in the heart area, I feel some congestion, like I want to stop there. So meaning some congestion there. So above, all light, down here, thick, okay? So let's clear out, let's acknowledge the heart area, and it just reminded me that the heart chakra did come up. So breathing in, breathe out. Every time you breathe out, you're releasing, and we're releasing all pain connected in the heart, all worries, collective fear energy, releasing them from your body. Now the front of your heart and the back of you, behind your neck, down, upper shoulders. Asking, I feel that you've got congested there, past life issues connected with loss. So I feel that it's activating old lifetimes where there was suffering on a collective scale, whether it was your town, village, community, or world energy. So like chaos, wars, that kind of thing. Anything that you could connect to this virus situation now. So in any way, shape or form, it's like a trigger at the back of your mind. Any movie you've watched about doomsday and all that sort of thing, anything like that. So let's wash down. Thank you, God, for bringing this white light down, working with the angels. Thank you, Archangel Michael and Raphael. All right, so we have the white light coming down, and behind that, I feel like Raphael sending that green energy of healing. So we have the white for the cleansing, green for the healing, and we're down at the chest level. All right, so let's just release any pain in the heart area, so relationship issues, anything at all, pain for humanity, worrying about the world and people, catastrophes, that kind of thing, like letting that go now. Breathe in, breathe out, and go into the solar plexus, the stomach area, releasing any energy you've picked up, any psychic attack, anything at all, any fear energy, acknowledging any feeling of that you have been picking up on world energy and it's making you feel unwell, or whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, loss of faith, that kind of thing, bringing in that white light again, asking for the angels to bring back our faith. Okay, and loss of power and control. When you know that when I speak about power, I mean your divine inner power and strength, not in a greed way. Okay, and down under the stomach and the sacral, just clearing that out, and down to the root. And the root, the base of the spine, is where there's a lot of fear energy there that often lingers. Everyday worries, money, job, that kind of thing. And there's extra collective energy there. I'm feeling it's quite inflated collectively. Okay, so that white light's going to come down again, and we're going to cleanse that root chakra. And all our chakras are going to be in balance. So between the crown, third eye, thank you, angels, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, base. All right, I'm going to push down any lower energies, down, 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 and out, and ask the angels to dissipate that. I'm going to bring the purple light of transmutation. There's a lot of energy, so see how you go, maybe come back to it, do your own extra work, because I'm trying to work on a lot of people at once here in all directions of time and space, meaning this healing can be also for people who watch this video later. And there's a lot of dense energy at the moment. Okay, so I'm just going to brighten up people, bring in your light, activate your light. So visualize yourself as that picture that I showed you. So I'm just trying to find that now. Yeah. So think of yourself as you're in your light body and you're very vibrant, bright white light. Okay. Bring in the healing, having a sense of that the angels bring in now of peace, calm, tranquility. I feel like some of you need to breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, out, out, out. Good. Okay, feeling at peace. All right. I feel some sadness. Okay, some sadness. So addressing any sadness issues, again, that's very much a heart chakra thing. So acknowledging your sadness and the collective sadness, and asking for the angels to help heal that and take your sadness away to safe levels. All right, and just feel that sense of upliftment and brightness. So we're trying to override and rise above. Okay. So now let's stand in our power. So feeling strong, secure, divine. All right, so everyone can do this. You don't need to be a healer. And just imagine that this white energy is coming out of the palm of your hands, whether it really is or in your mind that you're visualizing it, or send love from your heart, or ask for the angels and God to send love and light. Let's do it first let's go through a few countries. I'll start with Australia since that's where I am. So sending love, healing lights. Everyone do this together collectively, and you can do this at any time, any version of this yourself. To Australia. All right, let's go to all of the North America, Central America, South. I might as well do the continents. We can go over to New Zealand too. Let's not forget about little old New Zealand. And Europe. See it in your mind, even if you just shrink it up, like you're shrinking the globe up. Asia. That needed a bit extra. Okay. Africa. All right, anything else I might have missed, but let's just send light to the whole globe. So picture that this is the globe here, or smaller if it's easier for you. And we're just adding lots of light to the globe. All right, we're raising the vibration of the globe, sending healing energy. And we're asking for every person, every individual to receive healing. We especially want to direct it to the elderly who are vulnerable, sending lots of healing energy to all the elderly of the world, okay? To children, animals, mothers, fathers, sending it to all workplaces, institutions, schools, hospitals, nurses, doctors, and staff, anyone dealing with this directly or indirectly, all workers around the world, all transport systems, malls, shops, sending healing, love, and energy to the supermarkets, to the food supplies, food chains. All right. Now, you would have seen images of the coronavirus, you know, those kind of biology pictures, and it looks like a round thing with spokes. So so visualize that in front of you here with it. And really, when I see the coronavirus clairvoyantly, just see these like streaks of black, like sinew, like black ink and water, that sort of feeling, right? So, or grey even. So blue, I'm getting the color blue. All right, so let's use this kind of blue, like the lapis lazuli, an electric blue. Let's send blue, but you don't have to. You can send gold or white healing or green or whatever you like. Thank you, all the archangels, Raphael. Can't believe I forgot the Jesus Christ energy. Thank you, Christ. So, okay, there's the extra healing energy there. We're going to beam the light into this virus, okay? An image that represents the virus, whatever that is for you. So it doesn't need to be that biological image, okay? Good. So keep sending the healing there, asking the angels, Jesus Christ, God, to send healing energy. Just feeling Mother Mary wrap around the virus and all people with a feeling of nurture. Let's just really beam it up now. So I feel like it needs to be like a laser beam of light. So if use this to inspire you, and this to inspire you, and this, okay, but we want to really laser beam it up like a Jedi sword of light, okay? So point and direct the energies to the virus. Now let's shrink it, make it smaller, easier to handle and manipulate in a positive way. Smaller, okay, let's send the healing energy to it. You could also visualize it coming out of your third eye like a beam of light. Good. And then you can ask the angels to just take it away and transmute it. We could use the purple color of transmutation for that too. And do whatever it is that you feel, okay? There's no right or wrong. It's whatever you feel. We can just add our prayers. So thank you, God and the angels. Thank you, Archangel Raphael and all archangels. Jesus Christ, all benevolent beings of light, all positive ancestors to all join together and offer healing to the planet. You can visualize that now, like they're all just standing around the planet offering their healing, okay? There's an image that's been around on the internet like for ages now that you might have seen of it's like a painting. There's a globe and then there's all these, masters of light and Jesus and angels and stuff all sending healing around, or elderly ancestors around the planet. So that's what comes into mind right now. Okay, thank you for sending healing to the planet and to all people in need, and for dissipating any lower fear energy. Okay, so how are you feeling right now? Oh, I see some nice little hearts and happy faces fluttering. Good, beautiful. Okay, so well done, guys. You've just participated in some psychic work and some energy healing work, and just prayer and intention, which we can all do. So send your love out and your healing prayers out whenever you can, and remember to try and keep your head above water. So yeah, that's about it. I think I will close off now. I've got to go watch my daughter play tennis. So and have a coffee because mine's gone cold now. Really needed a coffee. Okay, so I'll say bye and lots of love. Let me know how you're feeling or any thoughts and feelings that come up for you, and prayers up. Okay, talk soon. Bye.